and it's the second time the Rhinos have played in this beautiful new stadium. First time was pretty good, and certainly hoping that the results would be the same here tonight as Rochester back to take on the Montreal Impact for the third and final time here in the regular season. So far, the Rhinos with a 1-win, 1-tie record against Montreal. The tie at home and the victory here in Montreal, as the Rhinos a couple of weeks ago came away with that 2-0 win. Rochester had been moving right along until the last 3 games. They came up losing on the short end of a 4-3 score against Atlanta, then traveled to Puerto Rico and lost 4-0. So it lost 2 in a row, and followed that up by a much better game on Sunday at home against the Puerto Rico Islanders, coming away with a tie in that one against the league's top team. So in the last 3 games, winless with 2 losses and a tie. But you look over the course of the last 10 games, still a 5-2-3 record. Not too shabby for the Rhinos over the course of the last 10 games. Of course, we're down to the single digits now in the games remaining in the season. The Rhinos' 23rd game here tonight, and for the Impact, it's their 20th match of the season. So Montreal with 3 games in hand on Rochester, and the Impact with a bunch of games in hand on most teams in the league. Will be trying to make a very strong run at a playoff spot. They are only 7 points in back of the final playoff spot in the league, so it's certainly not out of the picture, and actually would only take a week or so to catch up to the playoff participants at this point, and they'll be looking to carry on from there. So the Impact's a team to be reckoned with here tonight. Talking with the coach of the Rhinos, first of all about that last game, which, as I was saying, was much better. The 1-goal tie against the league's top team, the Puerto Rico Islanders, that Sunday night in Rochester at Paytech Park. And after the 2 games before that, Coach Tilley was asking if he was a little bit more pleased with what his team did on Sunday.
Yeah, our first half performance was superb, and it got really, really productive and good going into the last 10 minutes, and unfortunately score a goal. So to go in 1-0 up at halftime was really positive for us.
After being devastated by Puerto Rico the game before, you come back and you tie them in that game, at least now you feel like you can play with that team, right?
Certainly, I had no doubt that we can play with them, and I've said all along, if players play as well as what we hope they can, and they do it on a consistent basis, we can play with and against the best of them. Certainly, being without certain players through suspensions or injuries hurts us, as it does all teams. But man for man, I'm really pleased with what we have.
Now going winless in the last 3 kind of puts a little more pressure on you going into this one, doesn't it?
Yeah, we did tremendously well over 12, 13 games, getting into the position where we were too, but that's what it is with this league at the moment. If you don't pick up points, if you get a draw or you lose a couple on the spin, it can really, really hurt you. So yeah, it's hurt us as it's hurt others, and it will hurt others.
Last time you played here, a very gratifying win against Montreal, that 2-0 victory. Just trying to hope to continue on with it in this one, right?
Yeah, sure. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. They're still a very, very good side. They have a lot of individual talent, and their league position, even though it's down in the depths at the moment, really doesn't mean that they haven't got the abilities to string wins together and to move up. They're a quality team, quality players. And once again, I'm sure it's going to be a really, really hard game for us to get anything out of.
It's been kind of unfortunate the last few games for you to have to mix and match kind of your lineup with injuries and suspensions and everything. How are you set for this one tonight?
No, I think we're back into a position now where I still have a set 8, 9, 10 players, which helps us. So I don't have that to worry about. So I'm just looking for a consistency of performance from those players now.
Zay Roberto is out. Ross Smith came back and played last game. Is he all right? Did he make it through that game okay?
Yeah, he made it through okay. He's still very sore with his toe, but he can still play, which we're pleased about. He's a big gun for us.
And on the same note, Johnny Menyonger's been fighting it. Is he all right?
Yeah, Johnny Menyonger's back in as well. He played very well in the first half against Puerto Rico at home. He laboured a little bit in the second, but that's to be expected. He's missed 3.5, nearly 4 games because of injury, and he's a real big part of our group. So it's nice to have him back.
You're kind of getting your scoring in that spread around quite a bit here, aren't you? Loera gets his first goal of the season last game. Do you like it when you got a lot of different players that are doing the scoring?
Yeah, one of the things we've been working on in practice is when the ball does get into the box, that we have bodies, we have numbers in there. So when Alfonso scored, I think we had 5, possibly 6 players in the box, and the more players you get in there, the more chances you have. So it was good for him to score, but I was really, really pleased to see the other bodies in there. Mauricio was in the box, and Luke was on the far side. Johnny Younger put the ball in the box. Andrew Gregor's outside the box. Even Scott Polguda was up there. So when you do press and you go forward and you're willing to take chances, then you do get rewarded.
Montreal's been adding in some new players. Do you expect a different look from their team tonight?
I'm not too sure what to expect from them. I don't know if certain players are going to be available. I don't know if paperwork's gone through, and even if they are through, don't know what sort of physical condition they will be in. I know they've got a few injuries as we have. I know they've got a couple of suspensions. So I think with their team today, it might be a bit of a makeshift team, but like I said, they've got quality from top to bottom.
New stadium here in Montreal. How did your players like the stadium?
Oh, it's an absolutely fantastic venue. It was a privilege to play in there a couple of weeks ago, and it was even more gratifying to get a win. But absolutely fantastic facility, and the stadium's great, and the pitch is fantastic as well.
After this game, you get a few games at home, looking to really start an end of the season roll, if you will.
Yeah, we have 8 games remaining, 4 away and 4 at home. Maximum 24 points, and you'd like to think you're going to win every single one. But we have a target of what we think we need to get into the playoffs, and that's what we're going to try to hit as quickly as we can, and anything after that is going to be a bonus for us.
And in goal,
Scott Allen.
Darren Tilley, the coach of the Rhinos, as tonight the Rhinos take on the Montreal Impact from Stade Saputo in Montreal. The third and last meeting of the season between the two teams will be getting underway in just a little bit here as the sun sets in behind. There were some ominous-looking clouds off to the east, but it seems like whatever weather that might have been included with those clouds has sort of blown by. It looks like it'll be just a perfect night here tonight, as the weather conditions are, at this point, very nice, very comfortable, and I don't know exactly what the temperature is, but I would say it's probably somewhere around the mid-60s. To upper 60s, just very pleasant, and should be an excellent evening here tonight for soccer. All right, we got a couple of moments. I wanted to check in. I hope Sam is there. Soccer Sam was back at the studios. And Sam, are you there? Can you hear me all right?
Don, I'm here. Don, you sound fantastic, and I'm just curious. Mauro Biello, I heard rumors he may be playing. Is he going to play tonight?
Biello is in the 18. He is dressed as a sub. He could be subbed in tonight. He's coming back from wrist surgery, so he is in the mix, but he's not starting. He's one of the guys that's back in the lineup here tonight.
Well, Don, you know that. Go ahead, Don.
I wanted to ask you a question, though. I received this release about Saturday night at Paytech Park, and that's the Bark at the Park night, right?
Yes, Don, here's the deal. If you have a dog, you can bring him to the game for a $7 ticket. You get in, and we're going to let your dog in for free. And it's a dog lover's night. It's a big hit so far. It's amazing how many people have responded to this. The first 2,000 dog lovers will get a Petco Frisbee. And if you don't have a dog and you want to get a great deal, just stop by any of your local Wendy's locations, get a little coupon, and you get a buy one, get one free coupon for the big game Saturday night against Minnesota.
All right, but what I wanted to ask you about was that along with this, there's some TV celebrities that are coming in, is there not?
Well, there's someone called Dog Whispers. Now, this is the guy where he could talk to your dog, or through his dog, he talks to your dog. And I'm kind of worried about that, because my neighbor's got a dog, and, the thing limps all the time, and I'm afraid the dog will say, Soccer Sam steps on my paw all the time. So I'm a little nervous about it.
All right, so some celebrities involved in, who is it, Mark German and his co-whisperer Janice Wolf are going to be at the game on Saturday night.
Don, I'm not a big pet lover or dog lover, but I've talked to a lot of people that are, and this is a real big deal. So hopefully a lot of dog lovers will show up Saturday night.
All right, what else is going to be going on Saturday night?
Well, we got a great band, and they're called the Night Owls, and these guys, they were here one other game, and the fans really liked them a lot. We were able to book them for one more night. So come, the gates open at 6:30. The Night Owls are going to be jamming for you, a little party atmosphere there, and at halftime we're going to do some special things on the field.
All right, so you already mentioned the 2,000 Petco Frisbees. There's 1,000 cameras, right?
First 1,000 families, get a Kodak Fun Saver camera, sponsored by our friends at Kodak. So that's going to be great for the first 1,000 fans to show up. And Don, and Thursday night, tomorrow night, is the season ticket holder party. So if you haven't made reservations to join us, call the office tomorrow at 454-KICK, and we'll try to slide in a few last-minute people for our great season ticket party.
That's right at Paytech Park?
Right at Paytech Park. All the players will be there. We're going to have some food there, some drinks, and a lot of activities on the field and off the field for fans and families to have a good time hanging out with the Rhino players.
For the season ticket holders, what time does that start?
6:30 down at the good old Paytech Park.
All right. But, it's going to be kind of fun, Sammy, because after this game, the Rhinos are playing, 3 of their next 4 at home.
Yeah, I mean, it's great for you. You don't have to make those crazy road trips and those crazy early morning flights, but it's going to be great for our fan base to really get a feel of this team. The last couple games have been exciting. The fans have been coming out, so I'm hoping for a big turnout Saturday night. We think Saturday night might be our biggest crowd of the year.
Outstanding. Can you believe we're down to only, 8 games remaining?
God, it just flew by this year. It's just like it's so weird. I mean, it rains every day, and the season flies by.
All right, Sam, thanks a lot for filling us in on what's going on next Saturday night.
All right, Dan, I'll talk to you after the game.
All right, shall do, Soccer Sam. So tonight, here at Paytech Park, by the way, the coaches interview was brought to you by the Farish Group. The best seat in the house is in your Farish apartment. See them all at Farish.com. Coming up in just a moment, it's the Rhinos taking on the Montreal Impact here at Stade Saputo. This is the Rhinos Broadcast Network. In Montreal, as we're about to get underway with the Rhinos taking on the Montreal Impact. Well, they started playing the national anthem a couple of moments ago. I thought I was still watching the Olympics. I've seen the national anthem so many times over the last few days. And we are in an Olympic caliber stadium here at Stade Saputo. Beautiful facility once again. It's a great new place here in Montreal, and it's actually in the grounds of what the Olympics were in Montreal a few years ago. All right, let's check the starting lineups, which are brought to you by Nottingham Realtors, Rochester's full-service realtor. As the players have been introduced, and they'll be huddling up to get ready for this one, the starting goalkeeper for the Impact is Matt Jordan. Comes in with a 6-8-4 record, an excellent 0.83 goals against average, and he had his 6th shutout of the season last game. So a shutout win for Jordan last game, and Jordan in goal once again for the home side, that being the Montreal Impact. They've had a few injuries on this team and a couple of suspensions also. So a little bit of a makeshift lineup actually for both teams here tonight. Let's check the defensive role for the Impact. Davey Uwimana is up from their farm team, the Three Rivers of the Canadian Soccer League. Cedric Jogavial, Stefano Pasoli, and Simon Gotti. So that's the defensive role for the Impact. Through the midfield, Patrick Leduc, David Testo, Leonardo De Lorenzo, and Tony Donatelli. And then up front, Joey Jertson and Severino Jefferson. And those are the forwards for the Impact. Jefferson scored one of the goals last game for the Impact. The other, the former Rhino, Pato Aguilara. Now the starters for the Rhinos. Scott Vallow in goal. Has played them all so far, a 7-7-8 record and a 1.18 goals against average. Vallow in goal for the Rhinos. And through the defense, we'll see Nate Kraft get the start along with Ross Smith, Scott Palguda, and John Ball. In the midfield, Alfonso Loera, Tiger Fitzpatrick, Luke Kremmelmeyer, Andrew Greger. And up front will be John Menyonger and Matthew Delicott. Delicott getting the start here tonight. Mauricio Celis, he is available as a sub. Danny Earls is out injured. Zay Roberto is also out injured, as the Rhinos are having their injury problems and also back and forth with suspensions and so on. But the players that are out injured tonight, Danny Earls, Zay Roberto, Mauricio Celis would be playing as a starter, I think, if he was just fine, but he's hobbled up a little bit. Ross Smith has been having some problems. Johnny Menyonger has been having some problems, but they're in the mix here tonight and starting out. So we'll be getting underway now as the Rhinos wearing the black unis with the green stripes and the Impact all solid white. Rochester shooting in the net to my right. Scott Vallow in goal down to my left. We're underway here in Montreal. Leduc will slide it up the left wing side. Played to the outside along the near wing, where it's taken by DiLorenzo. Drops it back at the 35. Jertson off to Gotti. That's blocked away. The Rhinos recover the ball. Spun out the right side by Krummelmeyer. Trying to slot it through, but blocked away and out by Gotti. On the near wing and a throw in near midfield for the Rhinos. John Ball stepping up for the throw in. Goes toward the middle, stepping in to block the ball away. It's knocked loose by Jokovial and played to the outside on the far wing by Uemana. Cross midfield as the ball dropped back to the midfield side. Jertson up with it for Montreal. And he'll approach midfield, watched by Tiger. Plays it back his own side of midfield once again. Plays it back deep and in the middle. Jokovial looking around. Draws it forward, then turns back with the ball. No lane to slot it through. Finally, he'll chip one in to Rhino territory. Headed away by Palguda. At midfield, knocked down center circle and volleyed forward. Tipped ahead by Jertson, and the ball rolls down inside the 18 where it's scooped up by Vallo. Throws it off on the near wing. Ball up the right side. Brings it away for the Rhinos approaching midfield. He'll go long up the right wing side, but shanked it away and out of bounds. Throw in on the near side for the impact from their own 35. Throw in to be taken by Gotti. Goes in deep on the 30. Played off by Donatelli, dropping it all the way back. Jokovial on the right wing side. Uemana working up the right wing. Played his first game of the season for Montreal. Last game in Carolina, had an assist in that one. And the ball dropped back down to the Rochester 25. Kraft rolls it toward the box. Now Gouda back to the outside of the left. Kraft dropping it off again. Palguda now left, puts it ahead to midfield. Delicott checking back as the ball is bounced up in the air. Delicott able to hit it across midfield. That's knotted aside. Uemana in underneath it for the impact. Lays it back for Jokovial. And then he'll play it all the way back inside the 6 to the keeper, Jordan. Matt Jordan has played all but one game this season. The other keeper, Andrew Weber, played one. To the outside of the near wing. Carrying it forward up the left wing side. And near midfield is Pasoli. Long service up the left wing, but spun out of bounds on the near wing, and it'll be a throw in for the Rhinos from their own 18 on the near side. Ball to take the throw in. It's a run at it. Long line drive throw in at midfield. One touch men younger to the outside. Tiger tried to feed it back in front, but the ball blocked away by Pasoli. Stepping in at midfield, Krummelmeyer, but picked off his foot by Donatelli. He'll spin it out on the near wing and across midfield. DiLorenzo slides up the wing. Jertson with a pass ahead. As the ball is taken away, and it's hammered out to midfield by Smith, but recovered again. Gotti has it for the impact. Pass ahead, knocked away off of Jefferson. Rolls all the way down to the Rhino 6 and grabbed by Vallo. So the Rhino keeper has the ball. Moves the players away. Rolls it out of the box for Palguda. Switching it out on the right wing side to John Ball. There's no score. We're into the 4th minute. And the ball played long downfield. Deli looking for the flick on. Menyonger taken down. Foul is called. A restart for the Rhinos. 40 yards out, a little bit off the right wing side. Ball will place the ball. Actually lets it roll down to about the 35, then stops it and sets it up. And coming over to take the kick, it'll be served up by Andrew Greger. Greger, a left-footed kicker. Again, 35 yards out. Off the right wing side, so an in-swinging kick. Players battling for spots along the 18. Greger is set as a one-man wall to concern him. Bends it through, goes out the far side of the box, headed back toward the middle, but booted away again, and off of the far wing, it'll roll out. That ball back toward the middle was from Loera. By the way, Alfonso Loera making the league's team of the week this past week. Scored his first goal of the season last game. Drop to the outside. Turn back, Krummelmeyer. Now Gouda down at midfield. Stepping up is Smith with the ball blocked away. And Smith knocks down Jertson. And this is going to be a foul call to midfield, and the yellow card will be issued to Smith. Ross Smith gets the caution in the 5th minute. And fortunately, he got a body block on Jefferson. Otherwise, he would have been gone. So the first card of the night. And the Impact will have the restart at midfield. Well, that's almost reminiscent of what happened to the U.S. men's team in the Olympics. As they came up with a red card ejection in the 3rd minute, ended up losing in that one 2-1. So the U.S. men's team has been eliminated. Now has the ball inside the box. Waits for the players to move away. No score. We're just getting underway. Now into the 6th minute. High volley kick. Way high. Coming down in the center circle. That one flicked back, and turning after it goes Uemana. Menyongar chasing him. And off in the far corner, Uemana will lay it off for Jokovial. Inside the far of the box. Slays it back in the box. And from the 5, it's booted away and out to, actually up into the stands on the far side by the keeper, Jordan. Throw in for the Rhinos. Laid back to Falguda from Kraft. On the left wing side, Nate Kraft again returns a pass. Falguda then will jam it through midfield. Leduc gets the foot on it. It's headed again past midfield into Montreal territory. That's to my right here in the first half. Up the wing, but headed away and out by Kraft. Throw in for the impact, their own side of midfield. Out of the midfield line, spinning around. Ball brought away. Turned down on the right wing side. Jefferson after it. Far into the box. Waiting for help to catch up. Look for the cross. Rolls along the 6. Moving in. Bello out to pounce on it. At his 8. Came up with the ball as it was deflected along the 6. Rolled off into the middle. And Bello came out and grabbed on. Bello waits for the players to move away. Rolls it outside the 18. Rolls it a little bit further. Takes his time, waiting for players to move away. Now sends a line drive kick through midfield. To the 35, Delicott up but couldn't reach it. And the ball knocked down. Donatelli has it. As he's upended, take it down. Foul is called and a restart for the Impact. On their own side of midfield. Played to the outside on the near wing and ahead on the left wing. Leduc across midfield, spinning around Jurchen, being bothered from behind by Smith. Leduc, one touch along the midfield line for Donatelli. There now make that out on the near side. It was pulled forward, blocked away, and that was Di Lorenzo. Then in the midfield line, Leduc to the outside on the right wing, this time for Uemana. Carries it upfield, 35 yards out and off into the middle. Looks around. He'll then play it off on the left side. Di Lorenzo drawing it forward, dribbling down to the 18. His cross down inside, headed away out of the box by Smith. For Menyongar, drops it off for Tiger and a return pass to Johnny Menyongar. Double team, it spins, gets away with the ball. Taken down by Leduc, and a foul is called. Well, it'll be a free kick for the Rhinos, 35 yards out, 8th minute. Here in Montreal, no score. Battle will come all the way out to take the kick. Rhinos will return home Saturday night against the Minnesota Thunder. Saturday night, the next game. And the Rhinos playing 4 of their next 5 at home to finish up the home schedule for the regular season already. Played downfield by Vallo all the way down to the 18. That's popped up in the air, and Uemana will hammer it out to midfield. Locked aside in the center circle, stolen away by Loera. Turns to his right to get away. Pass to the outside of the near wing, stretching for it. Krelmeyer couldn't get the left toe on it. That rolls all the way through and out of bounds on the near side. Rhinos, Saturday, have Minnesota. The following Saturday, Atlanta. Then traveling to Atlanta the next Saturday, followed by September the 6th at home, Portland the 12th, Puerto Rico. Right away up the wing. Ball drops it back. Krelmeyer one touch toward the middle for Tiger. Spinning around, got away momentarily, lost it, gets it back to the outside. Krelmeyer stepping in, then the ball is blocked away on the near side. Ball in as he went for the tackle on the ball. It's knocked out and a foul is called on the Rhinos. 9th minute, no score. The Impact of a couple of players suspended. Newly signed Felix Briand was playing his first game last game and drew a red card in the 90th minute. Restart down from 35 yards out. Long shot in, punched away, rebound shot, another punch, and they score. And the first shot was punched away by Vallo, hit the crossbar, came back out front. Another head ball knocked it inside the left post, and the Impact draw first blood and early. Montreal scoring in the 10th minute. First goal of the game going to the Impact. So again, the first shot from 35 yards out. Vallo knocked it down, or knocked it up. Actually, it hit the crossbar, came back out in front.
Montreal goal is first of the season, scored and assisted by number 3, Tony.
And it's Donatelli. Donatelli finishes it with his first. As play picks up again, and Montreal leading now 1-0. Uemana dropping it back, and a right-footed chip out through midfield. In underneath it, Palguda with a left foot hammers it in the air and across midfield. That's headed forward by Fitzpatrick, and in underneath it where it's taken by Gregor. Into the center circle, Kremmelmeyer lays it to the outside on the right wing and brought forward by Ball. Back toward the middle. Kremmelmeyer being double-teamed, chased from behind, feeds it to the outside for Ball once again. Tried to make it through, but Ball blocked. Still he comes up with it and a pass off into the middle for Loera. Switches off along the 35 in the middle for Fitzpatrick, spinning around. Drops it to the outside of the left wing, and Gregor will take a look there. Pass forward to Younger, drops it back for Gregor, and a give and go, but ball blocked away and now carried off by the Impact. Testo to the outside on the right wing, but turned back. Still the Impact with the ball in their own end of the field. Uemana along his 20. Turns back as he's watched by Gregor. A pass toward the middle is picked up. Still the Impact with it. A feed out toward midfield. Moving back, Kraft tying up, knocks his man down, foul, and a restart for the Impact. And it's cleared to the outside of the near wing. Di Lorenzo through midfield. His pass trying to slot it through, but headed away by Smith out toward midfield. Di Lorenzo settles it off the chest. Hauling it forward to the outside on the right wing for Uemana. He'll draw it down to the Rochester 35 and right foots it down inside the box. Up his Valor to haul it down at his 10. Valor having a few words for some of his players as he throws it out of the near wing, and Kremmelmeyer will move it across midfield to the outside on the right wing for Delicott. Turns, looks back toward the middle. Drops it off near midfield. Gregor looking to slot it through. Hits Delicott in the leg. Bounces off to Loera. He'll go to the right wing side, but stepping up to intercept. He is Gotti to take it away for Leduc. August 35. Rochester trailing 1-0, and they pass to the outside on the right wing for Uemana. Roaching midfield. Gives it off. Continuing on across midfield. Into Rhino territory. That's switched to the outside on the near wing, and moving up on the left wing side is Leduc. Drops it back at the midfield line for Gotti. He'll roll it toward the middle for Pasoli, and through the center circle into Rhino territory for Di Lorenzo, but bounced away from him, and Gregor steps in to take it away. Gregor into the center circle for Younger. Spins around. Ball tackled away momentarily. Delicott back to help out. Will head it off for Younger. Cross midfield to the outside on the right wing for Luke Kremmelmeyer. Off the chest, brings it down, works toward the net, turns to the outside. Off the right wing, near end of the box, right footer, cross in, goal on the 6, just barely tipped in behind Younger, and the loose ball played out on the near wing. Back hustling Penn, and Gertson can't get to it. The ball out of bounds, throw in on the near side for the Rhinos from 35 yards out. 1-0 lead for the Impact, 13th minute. Ball with a throw in down along the 18, has Bike back inside the box, moving in Fitzpatrick, but the offside flag is in the air. Offside against the Rhinos. Goal kick for Jordan. A keeper for the Impact. Sets the ball. He's going to take the kick from about 10 yards out. The hand's making a little bit of noise here. Brings it forward with the right foot. Sends it out through midfield. Smith steps up, heads it, but it's straight up in the air. Ball now in underneath it, able to knot it into the center circle, and Fitzpatrick will spin it across midfield. They'll overtake it back by the Impact. To the midfield line, Gotti switches off on the right wing side to Uemana. He'll draw it forward across the midfield line to the outside. Testo dropping it back. Uemana at midfield, feeds it forward down to Leduc. Turns up the right wing side. Plays it back once again. Uemana along his own 40 toward the middle. Jocavial off on the near side, where it's taken by that would be who is that? That's Pasoli, and now out approaching midfield is Uemana on the right wing. Drops it back again in the middle. Impact with the ball in their own end of the field. That's to the right here in the first half. Carried away, Pasoli works his way up the left wing side across midfield. He'll serve it off into the middle, spin around Donatelli. Turns around, still has it, watched by Loera. Donatelli from 25 yards out, looking to slot it through. Testo pops it up in the air. Smith in, able to head it away. Kraft pounded it out, but hits Testo with the ball knocked down. Rolls to the far end of the 18. Left-footed along the 6. For the back post side. Knocked down in front. Loera will tip it off and carried away by Kremmelmeyer. Out near midfield. Gotti in underneath it. On the left wing for Di Lorenzo. And left-footed down inside the box as it rolls out over the end line, and it'll be a goal kick for the Rhinos. Sponsors of these broadcasts include the RIT and everything you need to be perfectly comfortable. Also by Salvatores. They deliver everything but babies. Fans a little upset. Palguda And Jefferson got tangled up, and Jefferson went down. Fans wanted a foul. Obviously did not get the call. Nello will serve it through midfield. That's flicked forward, but right to Imana. Taken back by the Impact. Off of the middle and out on the near side. Rolled up the left wing, hit the midfield for Di Lorenzo into Rhino territory. Pass through to Jefferson. 40 yards out, looking to slot it through for Jurtson, but the ball blocked away and then carried off at the near end of the box by Falguda. Right foot to the head for Krummelmeyer, spins and sends a high floater downfield. Back, blocked away by Pasoli. Helping out in the middle is Uemana. Turns, watched by Menyonger, then switching to the outside on the right wing. It's carried forward to out near midfield. And into Rhino territory on the far wing. Turn, dropped back by Testo, his own side of midfield. Played back all the way down to the 30 for Uemana. And he'll roll the ball in the middle. Out of the near side, where it's taken by Pasoli. 16th minute for Montreal, only 1-0 lead for the Impact. Montreal with a 2-0 shutout win at Carolina last week was their last game. On the attack. Into the center circle. Fitzpatrick steps up, knocks it loose. Menyonger with it, turns to avoid a tackle from Testo. Off the left wing is Johnny Menyonger. Leduc now watching him as he spins the ball back along the far wing for Gregor. Plays it back to midfield for Nate Kraft. Feeds toward the middle, taken by Loera. Turns to get away. Outfield, Loera slots it through. Delicott after it inside the box, but the ball blocked away and out on the far side. Rolls out over the end line. As this off the Thunder, a corner kick for the Rhinos. Rochester's first corner of the match. Montreal having scored in the 10th minute. Donatelli picking up his first of the season. Donatelli, a late comer here to Montreal, came over in a trade from Vancouver. He had one assist there in Vancouver. This is his 7th game after that trade here in Montreal. Corner kick from Krummelmeyer. In-swinger kick from the right footer. High floater for the back post and headed away out of the box by Gotti. At the near end, Krummelmeyer make that. Fitzpatrick sends it back inside. That's blocked away out the far of the box to Krummelmeyer along the end line. Watch closely. Turns, watched by Uemana to the outside. Now across down inside the box. Head ball up in the air and over the end line. It'll be a goal kick for the Impact. 18th minute for Montreal. No score. Or rather 1-0 lead for the Impact. Sponsors of these broadcasts include Paytech, personalizing personal communications. By Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield, helping you achieve your goals. And by Zweigels, the official hot dog at Paytech Park. Gotti dropping it back to Pasoli. Turns, looks around. Mack on the near wing again. Leduc up the left wing side for Gotti. Cross midfield. He'll feed it off toward the middle. Jefferson lays it back once again for Jurtson. Long to the outside on the right wing and flighted over top of Testo. One bounce into the stands. Throw in for the Rhinos from their own 20 on the far side. Kraft stepping up for the throw-in. Nate Kraft looking it over. Yeah, still looking for someone to go for the throw-in. Now finally works it in as Delicott comes back to help out, and Deli plays it off into the middle for Krummelmeyer. He's approaching midfield to the outside of the right wing for Ball. Slows up, gets the ball, and drops it off along the midfield line for Krummelmeyer. Long downfield. In on the left wing side, chased after near the far end of the box by Gregor. Gets the left foot on it, crosses down inside the ball, knocked away. Moving in, Krummelmeyer. That shot knocked down as Delicott had his back to the frame. Couldn't turn for the shot. The ball blocked away out the near side. Carried away up the left wing. And Di Lorenzo will send it off into the center circle for Donatelli. Pass through midfield. Blocked forward by Testo. Loera back. Will block the ball away. Bouncing down far into the 18 and rolling to the end line. Vallo will have to play it away into the stands as there was a player right on him. So that's up in the stands on the far side. Doing the pressuring was Jefferson once again. So a throw in for the Impact from Rochester's 20 on the far side. Blocked away back to the outside for Uemana. And then lay it back. Testo will roll it off toward the center circle. Stepping up is Jugaviella. Pass ahead. Or make that Gotti. And now the ball brought out the near side and through midfield. Here comes Menyonger. Has pace. Pulls it upfield. 1-on-2. Has Delicott with him. Tries to slot it through. Spins it to the outside of the left wing. But Uemana is back to get to it and bangs the ball away and out of bounds on the far side. Well, the Rhinos had a quick break. And then all of a sudden everything came to a grinding halt. Throw in for the Rhinos. Back to midfield for Palguda. He'll then lay it all the way back down to his keeper. Battle stopping the ball at his 10. Switching to the outside up the right wing for John Ball. Carried forward near midfield. Right footer through. Back to block it. Pasoli got tangled up, but does boot it up into the stand, so it'll be a throw-in on the near side for the Rhinos from 25 yards out. Kremmelmeyer leaves the ball there for John Ball for the throw-in. 1-0 in favor of the Impact, having scored back in the 10th minute. Off the right wing to the end line for Ben Younger. Looking for the cross, blocked that way out over the end line. A corner kick for the Rhinos. Rochester corner. 21st minute. Impact on top, 1-0. Greger moving over for the corner kick. Andrew Greger, left-footed kicker, in-swinging kick. Is set to serve it up. And here's the delivery. Low into the box for the near post. Head ball in. And that went through and out the other side as the foul was called in front. So, Rhinos unable to get one away on the frame, and the ball is pushed out the far side by Jordan. Up the right wing is Uemana, the defender, the right back for the Impact. Pass off into the middle. Donatelli, cross midfield, drop back in the center circle once again. Tip to the outside on the near wing, and on the left wing, carried across midfield. Pass toward the middle. Jurtson dropping it back to the outside, taken by Gotti. Return pass. Jurtson spinning around to the midfield line. He'll then work forward down to the Rochester 40 in the middle. Watched by Tiger. He hits the referee, gets the ball right back. Jurtson continues up. Well, look to slot the ball through, sneaks it through. Stepping in, Palguda got a foot on it to bang it away, and taken by Kremmelmeyer. Turns it off to his left for Greger and approaches midfield. Long service downfield. Gotti heads it aside, but right to Kremmelmeyer, who's following. To the outside, up the right wing is Delicon along the near touchline. Drawing back toward the middle, 1v1, blocks the ball forward to Kremmelmeyer. At the near end of the box, approaching the end line, looking for a cross. On the 6, in front, head ball, but it spins wide across the goal mouth on the other side. Nice head ball from Delicon, the ball to the far corner, tackled away nicely, and the Rhinos still have it. Greger in the far corner, laying it back for Kraft. Off the left wing side, gives it to Tiger. 30 yards out, back of the far touchline for Kraft. Rolls it off into the middle for Loera. One touch ahead, far into the box. Got away from Tiger. And the ball knocked loose. Stepping up Jurtson. Takes it back to the Impact. Drops it back. Jurtson spins forward. Pass toward the center circle. Back to help out is Jefferson. And it's controlled by the Impact. Off of the near side through midfield, but taken away by Kremmelmeyer. Lays it back along his 25 for a ball. He'll drop it back inside the box for Vallow. Right foots it to the outside on the near wing. 23rd minute. 1-0 in favor of Montreal. Line back in the middle for ball to Palguda. On the near side where it's taken by Smith. Through midfield to Ben Younger to the outside up the right wing for Kremmelmeyer. Overlapping on the outside Ben Younger, but Kremmelmeyer spins the ball back. Behind him the ball and a return pass in the middle for Kremmelmeyer. Makes it through, but then he's tackled and taken down. That by Leduc, so a foul is called, and the Rhinos will have a restart. 35 yards out to the right of center. Kremmelmeyer slow getting up. See that Ross Smith over is going to change his shoes. Might be a little slippery out there. In fact, some of the turf seems to be coming up. Quick restart by the Rhinos on the near side. Kremmelmeyer crossed down inside, headed away out the far end of the box. Chase after in the far wing. Palguda won't get there. As the ball rolls out, it'll be a throw into the far side for the Impact along the 18. Locked off, Uemana has it. Turns back toward the end line to get away from Delicott, and he spun it out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Rhinos. Quick throw into Ben Younger. Back to the outside on the left for Kraft. Place it back to midfield. Palguda one touch forward. Off into the middle. Loera can't reach it, and it's carried away by the Impact. On the near wing, brought forward to midfield. Across the midfield line, Tiger steps in to knock it loose momentarily, but Di Lorenzo comes up with the ball and carries it away. Lays it back into the center circle, Leduc after it. As he spins around to the outside, Testo back at the midfield line. Gives it off Uemana. Off in the middle for Donatelli. Rolls it ahead, Di Lorenzo bothered there. High ball, still has it 35 yards out. Place it back in the center circle. And now it's carried away and across midfield once again by Pasoli. Off in the middle for Jurtson. His pass, Donatelli on a give and go. One touch forward, but gets it right back. Donatelli has it 30 yards out. Severino returning it back. Our ball got a foot on it to knock it away, and Fitzpatrick comes away with the ball. Out to midfield for Ben Younger. To the outside, up the right wing. Here's Kremmelmeyer and across midfield. Kremmelmeyer on the attack. As he spins it off in the middle, Delicott looking back, but Uemata gets in it. And left-footed high in the air and off into the stands on the near side. Throw in for the Rhinos, 25 yards out off the right wing side. Now we got Smith coming back, and now he's going to get the other shoe on. Now he's doing one shoe change at a time. Smith back in the mix. And we have a Montreal player who's going to be attended to. Looks like he maybe got a bloody mouth. Some blood around the mouth. This is stopped play momentarily. He's off the pitch. So now throw in for the Rhinos. To be taken by Ball. Sends a high looping throw in down inside the 18. Flick toward the middle. And the Rhinos can't get to it. The ball is booted away and out. That'll spin out of bounds on the far side. 26th minute. 1-0 in favor of Montreal. Ball blocked out on the far wing is dropped back once again and played toward the middle. Carried up into the center circle. Tiger coming back. Runs over Donatelli from behind. And the whistle stops play on the foul. So a free kick for the Impact, their own side of midfield. Montreal again, 3 games in hand on the Rhinos. This is just their 20th game of the season, so they got a lot of games yet to play. Locked away, Loera off in the middle. That is Loera to the outside of the right wing. Ball up the wing to midfield. Krummelmeyer drops it back once again for Ball. He'll then lay it off into the middle for Smith to Palguda to the outside of the left for Kraft and approaching midfield. Rhinos on the attack to the outside. A give and go back to Nate Kraft. He is bumped into and the ball is carried away by the Impact. Laid out to midfield. Jefferson on the far wing, watched by Palguda. Backheel drops it off of midfield. Kraft stepping in. Tried to tackle it away. It's blocked away and out off of Jurtson, so a throw it at midfield on the far side for the Rhinos. Gregor's going to leave it there for Kraft to take the throw in. Looks back to his own side of midfield. Off into the middle for Ross Smith. Montreal. Next game, they'll travel to Portland. That'll be next Saturday at Portland. Then back home next Wednesday, the 20th, against the Atlanta Silverbacks. And 24th, also Atlanta. The ball right-footed off the near wing. And deep in the right wing corners, the ball is knocked down and then played out on the near side. In underneath of Loera. As he avoids one and moves it to the outside for Ball. Tried to sneak it through, but blocked away and out. Throw in to the near side for the Rhinos. 25 yards out, and a throw in off into the middle for Fitzpatrick. Tiger has it from 35. Left-footed chip down inside the box, but headed away and out. At the far end, Uemata gets the right foot on it. He'll pound it high in the air to midfield, but Palguda steps up, heads it forward. Then it's volleyed back to midfield, and Loera will settle the ball in the center circle. Drops it back his own side of midfield. Palguda to the out on the left. Drops it back toward the middle. Palguda now switches to the right wing side, the near side of the field for Ball. 29th minute from Stade Saputo, and a 1-0 lead for the Impact. Tiger pulls it up the right side, grabbed onto from behind, but gets away from Leduc. Pass over the middle from 20 men younger. Tried to turn back to the left foot, but the ball blocked away. Testo with it for the Impact. Spinning around. Drops it back near midfield in the far wing as is pulled away from Jurtson. Testo will block it off, and ball still recovered by the Impact. On the near side, Di Lorenzo, one touch across midfield. In underneath it, taken by Jefferson, into the center circle. Draws it forward to the Rochester 40 in the middle. Watched by Smith. Plays it to the outside of the right wing for Testo. Testo still 35 yards out toward the middle for Leduc. And switching to the right wing side for Uemata. Uemata pass toward the middle for Testo, spinning around. Loera will knock it loose. Tiger after it. But the ball blocked is taken by Leduc. Impact still with it. To the outside of the near wing for Di Lorenzo. 20 yards out near corner of the 18. Working toward the middle. He'll right-footed down inside the box. Spins it out over the end line. And a goal kick for the Rhinos. Sponsors of these broadcasts include Power Trip. Get in the game. World Gym. Real gyms, real people, real results. And by Auction Direct. For your next car, log on to auctiondirect.com. Dallo will take the goal kick. 30th minute. 1-0 lead for Montreal. Cross midfield, headed away. Uemata across midfield into Rhino territory. Kraft underneath it, heads it in the air. And the header from Loera, but spun out on the far wing. Right forward, Jurtson drops it back. Near midfield, Testo on the far wing, up to the outside of the right wing for Jurtson once again. 40 yards out, watched by Loera. Brought back at midfield. Younger steals and passes back to Gregor, and the Rhinos have it. Pulled forward near midfield. Turning to the outside, Fitzpatrick up the left wing for Ben Younger. Sees watch closely there, drops it to his own side of midfield. Kraft lays it back in the middle. Palguda along his 35 to the outside again on the left wing side for Kraft and across midfield for Gregor. Checking back at midfield on the ball, turns and spins it up the wing for Ben Younger. As he's watched closely there, trying to get away from Jogavial. Spinning around, Ben Younger rolls a pass off to Gregor coming from behind. They'll cross it down inside, but headed away out of the box. Ben Younger on the far side, slow getting up. Hand the ball along the far wing. Gregor in underneath it as it's pulled away from him. Rolls out. Gregor wanted to throw in, but the throw in will be taken by the Impact. And Ben Younger slow to get up still. Leaning over, grabbing onto his right leg. Ball flighted through midfield into Rhino territory. Smith able to chip it to the outside for Kraft. On the midfield line, Tiger, one touch to the outside, but Gregor wasn't there, and it spins out of bounds. Throw in at midfield on the far side for the Impact. 32nd minute. On the midfield line. Testo drawing it forward, but run over by Delicott, and a foul coming up against the Rhinos. We're having a few words with the center ref, who, by the way, is Jeff Gamble. The assistants, Philippe Briere and Nicholas Dubuc. And the fourth is Matthew Bordeaux. Out of the near wing, another foul is called on the Rhinos. This one 35 yards out on the left wing side as Di Lorenzo is run over. So another free kick for the Impact. To be taken by Joey Jurtson. Gives it short to Gotti, back to Jurtson. Off the wing, but intercepted by Loera. Drops it off for Krummelmeyer as he tried to draw it forward. Tackled away, but out of bounds by the Impact. So throw it on the near side for the Rhinos from their own 35. Ball stepping up for the throw-in. Looks for the opening. It's another 10-yard run and a long throw-in through midfield, but headed away back to the midfield line and recovered by Montreal. Pass toward the middle for Testo. He'll spin it across midfield and turned after the far wing. Kraft back for it. The Rhinos have it. Head to center the midfield line. Tiger drops it back. Kraft, one touch toward the middle. Loera, his one touch across midfield for Tiger on the attack. He'll slot the ball through. No. Turning back, Jokaviel spins away with it. Comes off with the ball. Turns it to the outside. One touch in the middle, but checking back, Loera. In turn, will steal it away. The Rhinos have it back. So inside of midfield, Palguda left foots it through. Tiger, as he spins, but as he's taken down, the ball recovered, carried away by Montreal. Into the center circle. Testo on the attack and a pass ahead. Spinning around. Jurtson drops it back in the center circle. Testo has it again. From behind, chased down by Delicott. And rolls it to the outside of the near wing for Di Lorenzo. On the near touchline for Gotti. Well, drop it back out top. Jurtson. Here midfield. Taken by Leduc. Right foots it to the outside for Imana. Chasing it down on the far wing. Getting to it. Poking it to the end line, but no help there. It's out over the end line. Got away from him. And a goal kick for the Rhinos. 34th minute. 1-0 lead for the Impact. Other sponsors of these broadcasts include Dr. Donald Dudley, the official chiropractor for the Rhinos. You can call him at 225-6430 for appointments, or you can find him online at healthsourcechiropractic.com. By Pellegrino's Deli Cafe, always fresh, always fast, always delicious. And by the Harrow East Athletic Club on the web at harroweast.com. All put in play, but a foul is called on the far side, and a restart for the Rhinos from their own 40 off the left wing side. The Rhinos will be hosting the Minnesota Thunder at home on Saturday night, 7:30 kickoff. I hope you'll all come out. I understand it's going to be an excellent crowd on Saturday night. Sounds like it's going to be well attended. Left-footed through midfield. And headed away, blocked out toward midfield, and Rhinos recover the ball. Kraft turning it off toward the center circle. Drops it back. Ball along his 30. Burns looks around, then switches it again to the outside of the left for Palguda. He'll turn it upfield. On the far touchline for Tiger Fitzpatrick, approaching midfield. He sneaks by one, trying to get away, and does. Double team to the ball, blocked away. However, a foul is called on Montreal, so the Rhinos will have a free kick. Cross midfield to the far side. Herrera sets the ball, but he'll move away as it'll be Tiger Fitzpatrick over. And he rolled the ball away ahead a little bit, then the Montreal player rolled it back. But now Greger's going to come in for the restart. Andrew Greger off the left wing side. Delivers downfield, but stepping in. Jokaviel blocks it away, however, out of bounds. So in for the Rhinos. Quick on the throw in. A hit for Ben Younger at the far end of the box. Has it 18 yards out. Spinning back. Right footer along the 18 inside. And Delicott couldn't get to it. And that one pounded high in the air out toward midfield. Back forward, Loera touching it aside for Kraft. Zone side of midfield. Palguda back to the outside of the left wing for Nate Kraft. Tried to pass up the wing, but off the foot of Donatelli and out of bounds. Throw in to the far side for the Rhinos. Kraft stepping up for the throw-in to Loera. As he's challenged, drops it to his own side of midfield. Palguda lays it back, and Vallo will come outside the 18. Has it along the 20, looking around. Moves on the ball, and now feeds it off the left wing again for Kraft. Approaching midfield, long into Montreal territory. Ball knocked through, blocked to the end line by Delicott, chasing it down, being chased there by Pasoli. On the far side. Pops it to the outside for Greger. Lays it back near midfield for Kraft. Rhinos trying to build it up here. And a pass by Loera is picked off and carried forward. Into Rhino territory on the right wing side. Loera coming back as he watches. Blocked the ball away and out. That off of the Montreal player. So it'll be a throw in for the Rhinos. At midfield. Kraft pass along the midfield line for Fitzpatrick. Cross midfield. And Younger trying to get to it, but Uemana blocks it away. Comes down to the center circle. Tiger getting to it. Able to tip it out on the near wing along the midfield line for Krummemeyer. To the outside and moving up is John Ball. On the attack, Ball, long cross down inside the 18. Up in the air, but that's hauled down by Jordan. Now he dropped the ball. Delicott spins, and he scores. Oh, wait a minute. No, they're not going to say no. He was in to the inside on Jordan. Jordan and Delicott went up for the ball. But the foul was called on Matthew Delicott for pushing it. And so Jordan, after losing the ball, the whistle blew and the foul was called. 38th minute. Looked for a moment like the Rhinos might come away with it. However, as Delicott, it was Jordan up in the air right up the back of Delicott trying to reach over top of him for the ball. And he ended up going down and dropping the ball. Yeah, that one bounced through midfield and into Rhino territory, but a foul is called on Donatelli, so a free kick for the Rhinos. Tiger long to the left wing side. Greger after it, but back. Jokaviel over his pass, then in turn blocked away, and the Rhinos have it. And Younger turns it around to the outside. Greger drops it back for Kraft. Pass off to Tiger, but stepping back to steal it away on the outside and across midfield into Rhino territory. That's tackled away by Kraft and rolls out. Throw in for the impact. On the Rochester 40 on the far side, Donatelli will move over for the throw-in. 39th minute. 1-0 in favor of Montreal. Throw-in along the far wing is dropped back near midfield. There it's taken. Jokaviel, his own side of midfield, turned back, being watched by Delicott. He'll lower along his 35 in the middle for Pasoli. And out on the near wing, it's carried across midfield into Rhino territory. To the outside, up the left wing. Ball got away, but still kept in play. Out near midfield on the near side, Gotti, as he's bumped and dumped by Krummemeyer, but play goes on. The Rhinos have it. Out the right side, Krummemeyer across midfield. Long service down inside. Yes, that's headed away and out top, and taken by Donatelli. He'll turn and pound it through midfield. Jefferson had it, but blocked away from him by Kraft. Pulls it back in the middle for Smith. Tips it back inside the box to Vallo. And the Rhinos keeper has the ball. Rolls it into the 35 for Loera. Turns and looks upfield. To the outside on the near wing for Ball. Right wing side through midfield. He'll slot it through, but Ben Younger couldn't reach it, and the ball is volleyed into Rhino territory once again. Smith heads it across midfield. That's off a toe. Comes back at midfield. Blocked forward by Ball as he goes down. Play goes on. The ball brought up the near side. Di Lorenzo on the left wing. Turns toward the middle. Tried to sneak it through, but blocked off by Loera. And the loose ball recovered still by the impact. Gotti drawing it forward. 35 yards out. Lays it back in the center circle, and Menyonger's there to carry it away. Turns it upfield. 1-on-2. Tiger catching up, and Menyonga turns it to the right side. Down near end of the 18. Spins back. Gets by one. Takes a shot. A roller back post, and Jordan got his hand on it to tip it wide. Jordan tipped it just wide. On the shot from Menyonga. Wait a minute. They say that Jordan didn't touch it. because it's going to be a goal kick. Boy, it sure looked to me like he got a tip on it. Maignac going for the back post. But spun just wide. Maybe the ball had spin on it. That's why it looked like it was touched. 41st minute. And 1-0 in favor of Montreal as the Rhinos finally get a little pressure applied. Jordan Wright puts it out through midfield. That's flicked on, but underneath it, Testo then blocked forward. However, take it back. And a foul is called on the Rhinos on Loera. Well, that's the referee know that he didn't appreciate the call, and the ball was brought forward. Turning back Leduc to the outside and up the right wing for Uemana. He'll drop it off. Jefferson spinning there is watched by Kraft as they tug and push and pull, and the ball on the far touchline finally rolls out. It'll be a throw in for the Impact from the Rochester 25 on the far side. Leduc for the throw in. Yeah, actually he's going to leave it there. Oh, foul evidently was called, so it'll be a free kick for the Impact. 25 yards out the far touchline. And it's going to be a left-footed kick, swinging it into the box. High inside, headed in wide and out over the end line. Corner kick. That's headed away and out by the Rhinos, so it'll be a corner kick for the Impact. They go short out the near end of the box to Jertson. Looks, switching back to the left foot, gets across him on the 6, but kicked away by Palguda out the near side, and pulled down off the chest of Leduc. Looks, switching to the outside, the far end of the box once again. Settled there. As the Impact pressuring the Rhinos on to the end line. Jefferson along the end line, spinning. Now he's watched by Loera. Still has the ball and drops it back out to the corner of the box for Testo. Left-footed cross, down inside. Now it over top of everybody. Spins out over the end line. A goal kick for the Rhinos. Rochester goal kick. 43rd minute. 1-0 lead for the Impact, having scored back in the 10th. Dallo placing the ball. As the players move away, Dallo with the right foot drives it out through midfield. That's flicked forward, but booted the other way by Uemana on the far side. Jefferson in underneath it, being chased by Kraft. Drops it off. However, the ball did spin out of bounds, so it'll be a throw in for the Rhinos. Their own side of midfield on the far side. And you see a lot of spots on the field where the turf evidently is coming up. It's like a player running forward plants a foot, and it pushes up the turf, and you can see the divot from where that foot had been planted. Quite a few of those spots around the field. Turning back for the ball. Got it caught to the outside along the near wing. Carl Meyer drops it off for ball. Return pass in the middle. Tried to slot it through, but picked off and carried away by Leduc. To the center circle. Into Rhino territory, then spun to the outside along the near wing for Di Lorenzo. One touch forward, down to the box, and getting back Smith will drive it up into the stands. Throw in on the near side for the Impact. Throw in to be taken by Di Lorenzo. That's the left wing side. We're in the 44th minute. Di Lorenzo looking around to the near end of the box as the ball is knocked down, carried away by Testo. He'll slot it out top for Leduc. Spun off at the 18, moving in is Jefferson, and the ball blocked away on the far side. And out over the end line, and a goal kick. Well, the fans once again are arguing because Jefferson tried to turn in behind a Rochester player. He stumbled and went down. So Dallo will set the ball at a 6. As we near the half, clock still ticking in 45 seconds. It'll hit 45. Ball flighted downfield. Big bounce over top of Gregor. Rolls. And a foul is called on the Rhinos. So a free kick for Montreal at midfield on the far side. There's Will put back in play. Brought forward. Through the center circle, down on the near wing, is chased down and unable to get to it is Gotti. That's out of bounds, so in for the Rhinos. Ball dropping it back in the middle. Taken by Smith along his 30. He hit one of those pockmarks that I was talking about a minute ago, and the ball almost got away from him. Kraft to the feed forward. Tiger turning it back to Kraft once again. Spins it back. Taken by Valguda up the left wing side for Tiger. Approaching midfield. There's 1 minute of stoppage time. A pass ahead from Younger. Turning upfield. 1v2. He's trying to spin back as he's taken down. Ball blocked away and carried off by the impact. And Younger almost got loose. Turned out of midfield by Testo. To the outside on the far wing, and a return pass along the midfield line for Testo. Into the center circle. Brought forward into Rhino territory. Pass ahead, now turned to the outside. Gotti up the left wing, chasing on, and Krummelmeyer back after him. Dropped off in the middle, taken by Leduc. And roll it through in front. Leduc after right footer, and he drives it up over top of the crossbar, about 3 foot high. Pretty good crack at the ball. Body was high. Rhino goal kick again. We're into stoppage time. As Vallo will set the ball. It's ready to play it downfield. Decent crowd on hand, of course. Not expected to be full because of being a rescheduled game. The ball through midfield. There's the whistle, and that ends the first half of play. So we've completed a half here at Stade Saputo in Montreal. And so far, it's Montreal on top, and actually having the edge in play in that first half also. We shall continue shortly from Montreal. It is the Montreal Impact at the half, leading the Rhinos 1-0. This is the Rhinos podcast. It is a 1-0 lead for Montreal over the Rhinos. And the official statistician had 3 shots for Montreal, 2 for the Rhinos. 1 save credited to Vallo and none for Jordan. And fouls, the Rhinos had 11. Montreal 6. Corner kicks, Rochester 2, Montreal 1. Offsides, 1 against the Rhinos and none against Montreal. So there's your official stats from the first half of play. Again, we're talking about coming up Saturday. The Rhinos returning home will be hosting the Minnesota Thunder. And that game will begin at 7:35. The gates are opening at 6:30. The Night Owls will be providing the live music before the game, halftime, post-game. Also, it's Bark in the Park. Bring your pup to the Rhinos game. $7 ticket special for you and your dog. In the dog lover section, there's going to be 2,000 Petco Frisbees given away. Also, by the way, the first 1,000 families will receive a Rex camera from Kodak. And there's Wendy's buy one, get one free coupons available at local area Wendy's. And all of that's going on. Also, attending the game will be Mark German, America's dog whisperer. And along with his fellow dog whisperer, Janice Wolf, will be there. German wrote the book, There's Hope. Well, he's been training owners to rehabilitate their dogs for 14 years. He'll be there signing autographs and all of that. That's happening Saturday with Minnesota Thunder coming to town, Paytech Park next Saturday. Hope you're there. About head down to the second half of play here in Montreal. The Rhinos down by 1. It's 1-0. This is the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Underway in the second half from Stade Saputo. 1-0 in favor of the Impact as the ball is played through midfield. The Rhinos now attacking the net to my left. Scott Vallo in goal down to my right. I don't see any changes in the lineup for either squad here to open the second half as the ball is carried off into the center circle. Jurtson spinning around to get away. Into Rhino territory. Draws it down to the 35. To the 30. Looks to the outside but turns back toward the middle. Still has it. Now he lays it to the outside of the left wing. And the Impact on the attack. Turned back out along the middle. It's rolled by Jurtson off into the middle. Stepping in. Tackled away by Kraft with the ball loose. Popped up in the air. Back goes Smith and nodded away out of the box on the near side. That settled off into the middle and then played away and out to the 35 and taken by Di Lorenzo. On the left wing side for Gotti. He'll draw it forward. Laying it back toward the middle. Di Lorenzo looks around and now chips it down inside the 18. Palguda blocks it away and rolls to the end line. And out over the end line. And off of the Rhinos, it'll be a corner kick for the Impact. Montreal corner off the left wing side, just getting going in the second half. Montreal having scored back at the 10th minute, a goal by Tony Donatelli. Right-footed kicker off the corner kick, an in-swinger. Early stages of the second half. High into the middle of the box, coming down and headed away and out. In underneath it, Yui Mana shanked it off the outside of his foot as he tried to crack it in. That played over the far wing, and offside flag is in the air against the Impact. First offside of the night against Montreal. So Vallo will take the kick from his own 15 at the far end of the box. 48th minute. Long ball flighted through midfield. Perfect night for soccer. Nice little cool breeze. As the ball played out of midfield, there's a little bit of a breeze blowing right to left. That's blocked off into the center circle, chased after by Donatelli. One touch, tipping it through midfield and all the way down to the Rochester 18, where it'll be taken by Vallo. Picks it up and throws it out on the near side. Up the left wing is Kraft. Drops it off in the middle. Loera, one touch back to Pelguda. As he looks around, they'll lay it back in the box once again for Vallo. Turns and looks downfield. A little pressure being applied, so Vallo rolls it off on the near side for Pelguda as he is also pressured. Spins with the left foot, drives it out to midfield for Gregor. Stepping back in the ball, blocked away and out of bounds on the near side. And the throw in for the Rhinos from their own 40 on the near side. Kraft will take the throw in. He can get a ball. All right, there's one. Turns and looks around. Rhinos scoring a goal. Actually, 2 last game was the first time in many years that they had scored a goal here in Montreal, and the first win they had for many years. I'd certainly like to continue it here tonight. Ball thrown up the near side, tipped toward the middle, in underneath of Ben Younger. Sneaks it through to Delicott, 30 yards out, spinning around, trying to draw through. Now 4 on him. He does lay it off in the left wing corner, but nobody will get to it. That's out over the end line. A goal kick for the Impact. 49th minute. And starts Saputo, and it is a 1-0 lead for the Impact. Keeper Matt Jordan, 6'2", 185, 32-year-old from Denver. Set to put it into play. A goal kick. Right-footed. Drives it out into the center circle. Up they go. That's headed forward by Pelguda in underneath it, but not aside by Leduc. However, taken by Gregor as the Rhinos come away with the ball. To the outside of the right wing for Ball. Drawing it forward up the wing, chased by Di Lorenzo, but his pass off to Kremmelmeyer. Turns, lays it back toward the middle. Gregor to the outside again for Luke Kremmelmeyer. Turns it back to the left foot side. Draws it through ball to Ben Younger. That one tipped along the 18, and the ball knocked down. It was hit with a hand. Hand ball, knocking the ball down right at the 18, so a perfect spot for the Rhinos. This to the right of center, and the ball will be placed about a foot outside the 18-yard box. Well, actually, they've moved it back. Montreal players keep kicking the ball back. Well, the referee tells them to move back. Well, that's at least 2 yards behind where the infraction actually took place. Well, anyway, I guess when you get in that close, 20 yards out now. This again to the right of center. We'll see who will take the kick. Gregor is there. Kremmelmeyer is there. Ordinarily it would be Maurizio Celis. Would blast away at it. However, he's not on the pitch at the moment. Gregor is set, left-footed kicker. And Gregor goes for the shot. Punched away and out by Jordan. Up in the air, coming down to the 18. Headed away out of the box. Testo in underneath it. Ball blocked away. Still kept in play. Moving in. It's pulled forward by Gregor. He's tripped up and taken down. Play goes on. And controlled again by the Impact out the far wing. Left-footed out through midfield into the stand. So a throw in near midfield on the far side for the Rhinos. Stepping up, Ball with a throw in high. Loops it down deep near the end line. Ben Younger after a cross down on the 6 inside. Blocked away over the end line. Corner kick for the Rhinos. Rochester corner. Again from the right wing side. Gregor will move over to take the kick, the left footer. 52nd minute. Montreal up 1-0. Gregor is set. Neither team has made a substitution as of yet. All right, Gregor backs up, set to deliver. Here it comes. He goes out top, corner of the box for Tiger. Back to the outside again for Andrew Gregor. Out top for Tiger. As they play catch, Tiger from 25, left footer in, but he puts it high and wide out over the end line. Players available for substitution for the Rhinos include Steve Guppy, Maurizio Celis, J.P. Reyes. It's Chad Severs, Evan Millward, and Teddy Wabansu. By the way, Chad Severs, happy birthday. Today is Severs' birthday. As the players at lunch all gave him the rendition of happy birthday as 26th. Says the party is at his house this Saturday. The ball is played away out through midfield. I was threatening him that I was going to actually give out the address. Ball is headed out across midfield. That's blocked forward. Turn back, spinning around as Jefferson through the center circle will roll it out on the near side and up the right wing. Irimana on the right wing into Rhino territory. Trying to pass toward the middle. Stepping in to steal it away is Tiger. Rolls a pass hit from Younger. Turns as he's being watched closely by Jocaviel. He'll spin it off on the right wing side and across midfield. Here comes Krummelmeyer. Overlapping ball after the ball. Down inside the 18. In a goal. Roller just wide. A slide tackle on the ball by Ball. Actually a sliding shot. Got his right foot on it. Knocked it for the back post and puts it a foot wide. Great hustle by John Ball. Goal kick for the Impact once again. Sponsors of these broadcasts tonight include AT&T Mobility. Your world delivered by Food Link, Abundant Shared, and by 20-Toe Photo, official photographer of the Rhinos at 20toephoto.com. Here from the goal kick out through midfield, coming down center circle, headed back upfield by Smith once again. Not recovered by the Impact. That's dropped off in the center circle. Tiger with it. To the outside for Kraft. He watched closely. Pass off toward the middle for Loera. He's tackled, taken down. Jefferson comes away with the ball. Moving it upfield. 25 yards out of the middle. Jefferson looking to slot it through. Blocked and grabbed. And he's 6 by Vallo. Diving in on the ball. Vallo will bring it away. Rolls it out on the near side. As it looks like the Rhinos are going to make a change. Assistant coach Steve Guppy calling for one of the Rochester players. Out on the near wing. Out the left wing side. One touch toward the middle for Younger. Turns back toward the middle. Has it 25 yards out. Turns back to the left foot. Tried to block it through, but blocked away. And carried off by the Impact. Out to midfield. Then turned back. That block was made by Pasoli. On the far side, Jurtson up the left wing. As he'll then lay it off toward the middle for Testo. Into the center circle. Testo to the outside on the left wing. Pasoli across midfield, again along the midfield line. That's blocked forward, but getting to it, Ball will hammer it out through midfield. Delicate up, able to flick it forward from Younger off the right toe, and the ball then blocked away. Carried off on the near side. Here's Uemana up the right wing to midfield. Donatelli spinning. Jams it along the near touchline. The ball rolling is taken by the Rhinos. Left-footed by Palguda through midfield, but right to Uemana. Off of him and out. Throw in at midfield on the near side for the Rhinos to be taken by Nate Kraft. Looks like Mauricio Salas will be checking in here. Salas will be coming in. Rhinos down by a goal, needing one to get back in this game. There's the throw in. Kraft off to Tiger. On the midfield line, drawing it forward, being grabbed onto, but gets away from Donatelli. And turns it to the outside of the far wing. However, the ball is headed aside for De Lorenzo. Off in the middle, Testo. Throws it off to the center circle. Brought across midfield by Donatelli. Slots it through. Jefferson back, but Palguda gets to it first. Lays it back to Vallo. Riding first-timer out to midfield. All headed away on the outside on the near wing. Chased down by Kraft on the left wing side. Draws it toward midfield. Then lays it back in the middle for Palguda. He'll switch it off to the right wing side. Ball in underneath it. He'll bring it forward. Being chased there. Turns, but dumped by Loera. As he is upended. And the whistle will stop play, and this will be the substitution. It'll be Mauricio Salas in for Loera. In the 56th minute. 56th minute, Loera is out. Salas is in. So that's the first substitution of the night to be made by the Rhinos. Rhinos getting a little bit more size up front. We'll see how they'll align it now as it looks like Ben Younger will move back a little. Salas and Delicate will be up front. All right, set to go. Right-footed away and downfield by Vallo. Out to the wing, headed forward. Chased after by Ball on the far side. As he's chased there, looking to roll it through. However, the ball is recovered and carried away by the Impact. At midfield, into the center circle. Pulled off for Testo. Turns to his right and chips the ball through. Donatelli out the shoulder, being chased by Kraft. Donatelli to the box, trying to take the shot away. The ball knocked down, loose, and it is carried away. Drawn away on the near side, out of the box. Left-footed out through midfield by Gregor. Long service downfield. Delicate trying to get in behind Jocaviel, and the ball blocked away out of bounds on the near side. So it'll be a throw-in for the Rhinos. Taken by Salas, goes out high to the 35 for Gregor. Return pass along the near wing for Salas. Drops it off. Gregor on the left wing. Return pass to Salas. As he's taken down, gets back up, still has the ball. Now it's blocked away. Pulled away by the Impact and played out to midfield for Jurtson. Momentarily tipped away, but Jurtson comes up with it, spins back with the ball to get away from Younger. The outside on the near wing for Leduc. Lays it back for Uemana. Long as 35 toward the middle, giving it to Testo. He'll cross it along the 35. And then played by Pasoli to the outside on the left wing, brought forward into Rhino territory. On the far side, into pass ahead for Jefferson. On the Rochester 35. Looking to sneak it through to Jertson in the middle. And a give-and-go pass back inside the box. Out is Ballo. He'll grab it at his 15, and he holds on. So the ball will be placed by Ballo. Montreal getting ready for a substitution. Donatelli off and Ribeiro in the 59th minute. 59th minute. Again, Donatelli, who scored the goal, back to the 10th minute, coming off. Ribeiro is in. So each team has made one sub now. Once again underway. 10,137 the attendance here tonight. 10,137. Ballo has it as 18. Right foots it out through midfield. Flick by Tiger, but that's headed back to midfield. Blocked aside. In underneath it is Smith. However, as the ball was blocked at the midfield line, a foul is called on the Rhinos. And the Montreal player saying he got an elbow to the back of the head. 60th minute. From Stade Saputo in a 1-0 lead for the Impact, having scored back in the 10th minute. The outside on the left wing, drawn forward. Turning back once again, Jefferson spinning around, drops it back near midfield. That's a right-footed switch through the center circle off of the near side. Uemana has to check back to the ball, almost got away from him, lays it back inside the box. To Jordan, comes out, first timing it away out to midfield. Up goes Palguda to head it across the midfield line again. Testo got the right foot on it as he battles Gregor for the ball. Rolls out of the near wing and spun away, carried across midfield by Jertson. But in turn blocked away. However, it bounced right back to Jertson, works up the right side. Pass off in the middle, Testo. And blocked away momentarily. Now stuck through off in the middle, 35 yards out, and Leduc will spin it to the outside on the left wing. Carried forward at the far end of the box, and a through ball down inside. There's a cross along the 6. Palguda gets back to right-footed away off into the stands on the far side. Throw in for the Impact, 35 yards out to be taken by Jocaviel. His throw in and the pass along in the middle. Testo, one touch back at the midfield line. Through the center circle, driven up the near wing and headed forward by Palguda for Younger. Checking back in the ball as he is bumped and a foul is called and a restart for the Rhinos out around their 35. Battle will take the kick on the restart. Right-footed drive through midfield, but stepping in underneath it is Uemana. Into Rhino territory on the near wing, watched by Kraft. Turns toward the middle, looking to sneak the ball through to Jefferson at the near corner of the 18, watched by Smith. Here's Jefferson's shot, missed the short side, out over the end line. Goal kick for the Rhinos. Sponsors of these broadcasts include Free Time Magazine, Western New York's Art and Entertainment Guide, Lamont Awards and Apparel, your choice for honoring your team, company, or special person. And by Time Warner, get all in one, digital cable, digital phone, and Roadrunner, one package, save hundreds. Kick to be taken by Vallo. Drives it out through midfield. Flicked on, back out top, and pulled down to the midfield line by Ribeiro. He'll turn it to the outside of the far wing. Got away from Krummelmeyer in to help out. Delicott couldn't take it, and at midfield now it's jammed forward by Ball for Delicott up the right wing. However, getting to it is Pasoli to bang it up into the stands on the far side. Throw in for the Rhinos from 35 on the far side of the field. 62nd minute. Rhinos still need one, trailing 1-0. Odd for it. And Yager to the outside for Ball. Plays it back to midfield in the center circle. Palguda. Rhinos going with 3 backs now. Pass up the left wing side. Gregor drops it off for Kraft. He'll then feed it to Tiger and a give and go up the left wing side. And Gregor overlapping. Gets to the ball. Uemana chasing. Gregor drops it back out top. Has to slide in on the ball and then try to pass it over. It's blocked away. Carried off with the near side by Jertson. Turns back to get away from Gregor. Rolls it toward the middle. They feed forward in the middle for Testo and into the center circle. It's taken away by Krummelmeyer. Right foots it up the wing, trying to slot it through to Younger on the left wing side, down to the 20. Turns back toward the middle, double team, lays it to the outside, and the ball is tackled away, brought up the near wing. Carried forward by the Impact. Approaching the center circle is Ledoux. To the outside on the left wing and carried into Rhino territory. Ball passed toward the middle for Jefferson. Again, looks around, spins to the outside. Gives it to DiLorenzo. New Jefferson on a give-and-go pass. Ball rolls deep to the corner. At the end line, Jefferson turns back with the ball. As foul is called. Foul is called on the Rhinos. And the free kick will be taken 5 yards off the end line at the far end of the box. Ribeiro hauled down. Jurtson moving over. It looks like he'll take the kick. So that's at the far end of the box, 5 yards from the end line. 64th minute. Dangerous spot right here. Rhinos have a two-man wall near the end of the sixth. There's the kick in the box. Blocked away, knocked down. A sitter out top moving in. Uemana, a roller in, but that one squirts wide out over the end line. A goal kick for the Rhinos. Gallo will set the ball at his 6. Rhinos at home Saturday against the Minnesota Thunder. 7:30 kickoff. Gates opening at 6:30. Knocked down to the midfield line. Played into Rhino territory for Ribeiro. Off the left wing, being chased there by Ball. Dropped back again, and the ball is fed to the deep corner. Ribeiro and Ball battling as they both go down, and the ball in the corner is finally pulled away by John Ball up the right wing for Krummelmeyer. Drops it off in the middle. Smith will first time it away to midfield. That's headed aside. Stepping in, Tiger will volley it downfield. Sellis in underneath it on the far wing. Looks after it under one big bounce. Settles the ball. And turns back to the left foot. And now he'll switch it through the middle off of the near side for Gregor. Steps back in the ball. Drops it off at the midfield line for Nate Kraft. Gives it again to Gregor. Then Kraft overlaps. And Gregor with a pass down, but headed away at the 20. Out top. Fitzpatrick. The outside for Kraft. Lays it back for Gregor. Has it 40 yards out. He'll switch it to the right wing, the far side of the field for Ball. Chased after by Jefferson, but gets a pass forward. However, that's blocked away by Leduc. Back after it. Blocked aside. And controlled once again by the impact. Off into the center circle. Tipped through midfield. Kraft underneath it. Heads it forward for Gregor. Turns ahead. Sneaks it to the outside for Sellich. Off the left wing. Watched by Jogaviel. Trying to break for the end line. Being chased there. Sneaks by. Turns along the near touchline, going deep to the corner, looking for a cross. One bounce down inside, blocked away. Yeah, off of Delicott out the near end of the box, and carried away by the impact. Right-footed off to midfield, then blocked away, and the Rhinos have it back. And Younger, back at midfield for Kraft. Into the center circle, where it's taken by Smith. 66th minute here in Montreal, and the Rhinos still trailing 1-0. Feed down inside, Testo to head it away, but out from the near wing. Kraft has it, one touch forward to Ben Younger. 35 yards out, pass through to Sellis, to the outside again for Kraft. As he looks around, trying to find an opening, gives it to Ben Younger. His feed off the right foot, blocked away. Now Tiger tackled, a ball taken away by Testo. Center circle, Ribeiro up the left wing side, into Rhino territory is Jefferson. Watched by Smith. Ribeiro looking to make a run. Jefferson draws it off in the middle for Ribeiro. Tried to pass back, and the ball blocked away. And finally is tackled again and recovered by the impact. Off the left wing side, cross down inside, and Palguda back. Will boot it away in the far wing. One bounce up into the stands. Throw in the far side for the impact. That's crossed down inside. All the left wing again. Here's a feed down in the box, but Kraft gets to it. Left foots it away out of the box for Ben Younger. Turns it forward as that one sneaks through, but taken away at midfield by Montreal. And the impact up with the ball again. Leduc ahead. Has dropped back in the middle. Testa one touch to the outside. Jerks it up the right wing. Has it 20 yards out. Now switches back to the left foot. Moving in. Gets a shot away. Puts aside by Vallow. Vallow diving save. Got a punch in the ball. Puts it wide. This will be a corner kick for the impact. Big save by Vallow. Corner kick off the right wing side. Will be taken, it looks like, by DiLorenzo. 1-0 in favor of the impact. 67th minute here in Montreal. Left-footed kicker. In-swinging kick. Serves it high to the back post. Up in the air they go. Blocked out the far end. Shot in, but blocked away off the end line. Off of Delicott, and another corner. This from the opposite side for the impact. Left wing side. And it looks like Jurtson's moving over to take the corner. 1-0 in favor of the impact. Rhinos need one to get back in this game, having allowed the Impact to score in the 10th minute. There's the service low into the box, the short side, and it is along the end line. Montreal with the ball, played out top, a rolling ball in, hits the outside of the net. Tipped away and out by the Rhinos. Another corner off the left wing side for Montreal. Right-footed kicker. Jertson set to serve it up again. This time gets a high one up in the box and hauled down at his 6 by Vallo. Being watched closely, Vallo has the ball. Waits for the player to move away. Brings it ahead out across midfield on the far side, but the Impact get to it again. And the whistle to stop play. As we'll have substitution coming up. Pato Aguilera coming in, and Testo is out for the Impact in the 69th minute. The former Rhino Aguilera is in. He scored a goal last game for the Impact down in Carolina. All right, throw in for the Rhinos. Ball off all the way to near the center circle for Tiger, drawing it forward. As he gets tied up, sneaks it through, trying to come up with the ball again. It's pulled away and carried off now by the Impact. Turn upfield on the near side, approaching midfield, De Lorenzo. He'll go to the outside of the right wing, and running after it goes Aguilera. Deep to the right wing corner, watched by Kraft. Pato stopping at the end line is bumped and then dumped by Kraft, and the foul is called. So it'll be a free kick for Montreal. It'll be almost in the corner kick spot. Aguilera is slow to get up. Takes his time, finally does. 1-0 lead for Montreal. The Rhinos need one here. Throw the ball in the corner. Referee tells Pato to move the ball back, and then he tosses it forward again. Set to serve it up. Pato off the right wing side. Plays it down in the box. That's headed away and out top, moving in. Uemata left foots it into the next county. Put that one way high off the outside of his left foot. Goal kick for the Rhinos. Other sponsors of these broadcasts include Nothnagel, Rochester's full-service realtor. Marina Dodge, grab life by the horns, that's Dodge. And by the Pita Pit, where it's about fresh thinking and healthy eating. Through midfield, Sellis turns it forward, now to the outside on the right wing. Krummelmeyer drawing it forward, now blocked away, and taken off his foot by Pasoli. To the far end of the box, Jocaviel will spin it out to midfield. One bounces out of bounds, grabbed by Smith. The Rhinos will have the throw in on the far side. Ball to take the throw in. Off the right wing along the far touchline for Krummelmeyer. As he's double teamed, trying to play it through, but puts it off the foot of Jocaviel and out. It'll be a throw in on the far side for the Rhinos. Ball from 15 yards out. Goes short on the throw into the far end of the box for Krummelmeyer, drawing to the end line, looking for a cross, but puts it away off the foot of the defender out over the touchline. And now the throw in will come from about 2 yards out, right down near the end line. Ball for the throw in. Ends at the end of the box, but headed away and out top. Underneath it, Tiger turns back with the ball. Lays it aside for Kraft off the near wing, out the left wing side for Sellis. As Kraft overlaps on the outside, Sellis has it along the near touchline, turning back with the ball. Still has it, works it out to the 35, drops it off to the center circle. Smith will track it down along the midfield line. Off in the far wing, drawing it forward. Kraft with a pass ahead for Krummelmeyer up the wing. Turns it on, trying to sneak it through the ball, but the block. Well, the ball is carried away by the Impact. Left-footed out through midfield. Ribeiro after it. Tiger on his heels. Ribeiro getting to the ball, now down to the far end of the box. He is tangled up, goes down, the ball rolls to the end line. Tiger after it, blocks him away, and then Tiger's pulled off the ball, and the foul is called on Ribeiro. He kicked the ball in on goal and is going to receive the yellow card. Ribeiro gets the yellow in the 73rd minute. So, free kick for the Rhinos. Dallo right foots it away all the way through midfield. Delicott up. The ball flighted over top of him and now volleyed out through midfield. As we have the flag in the air. Offside flag in the air against the impact. As now a Montreal player down on the field, and the trainers are called out immediately to attend to the Montreal player who went down injured. 1-0 lead for the impact. We are into the 73rd minute here at Stade Saputo. 73rd minute. Trying to pick up who that player is that's down on the pitch. Might be Jefferson. Yeah, Jefferson is down. All right, Rhinos are at home Saturday. Minnesota Thunder coming to town. That is a 7:30 kickoff, and gates opening at 6:30 with live music by the Night Owls. That is Saturday night, Bark in the Park night. Bring your pup along and make sure he's on a leash that's 4 feet or shorter. And get a ticket for $7 for you and your dog in the dog lovers section. 2,000 Petco Frisbees to given away, and a lot of other things going on. There's a Wendy's buy one, get one free coupon available at local Wendy's locations. Also, the first 1,000 families will receive a Rex camera from Kodak, so lots of things going on. And the dog whisperer will be there. That is Mark German. Will be at the game. They'll be signing autographs and giving advice on pet dog training. Long feet up the left wing side. Headed away at the far end of the box, but Uemana underneath it nods it forward. Turned out on the near wing. Pato will volley it out to midfield for Ribeiro as he's bothered there and taken down the Rhinos of it. It's taken away. Fitzpatrick drops it back at midfield. Ball stepping up. Right foots it down near into the box. Got a little bit too much pace on the ball. Puts it out over the end line. A goal kick. Goal kick for the Impact. 75th minute. Time running out of the Rhinos, needing a goal. Rhinos still have available for substitution Guppy, Reyes, Sievers, Millward, Bonsu. As they've made only one sub thus far. Jordan placing the ball. A couple of players along but did not dress for the game tonight. Danny Earls, Lee Sumbuluk. Other players did not make the trip, including Daniel Antunes, Ray Martinez. Xavier Roberto is still injured. Ball played down, and that's pushed aside. Off of the far wing by Vallo. Carried up the right side. Ball ahead. Working toward midfield. Cross midfield for Celis. Turns back with the ball. Sneaks it to the outside. Running onto a Delicott at the far end of the 18. Turning around. And blocks it back along the touchline. One touch forward by Ball, but that right to the Impact. It's pounded out of midfield. Ross Smith steps up, heads it, but that one will spin out of bounds into the stands and a throw in on the far side of the field for the Rhinos. And around the Montreal 35. For the throw in on the far side of the field. Played out to midfield. Stepping in underneath it. Smith this time sends a high floater downfield. It's headed back inside the box and grabbed by the keeper. Jordan has it. Runs all the way through the box to the near side and rolls it off to Uemana on the near wing. Draws it forward along the 25. Spins it up the wing for Pato, and the ball blocked away by Kraft, but off of him out of bounds. Throw into the near side once again for the Impact. Uemana's throw in, gets it right back, left foots it up in the air, comes down to the center circle. Ribeiro in underneath it. That's dotted forward, but taken by Ball. They'll lay it off to Palguda. Spins it back to Ball along his 35. He chased by Jefferson, but still has it. Off along the 35 once again to the near side, and Palguda will roll it forward. Out near midfield, up the left wing side. Taken by Tiger to the outside for Gregor. Sneaks it along the near touchline. Celis trying to get to it, but blocked away. And Jokoviel to the end line, still bothered by Celis. Spins away out of the corner with the ball. And hammered out toward midfield. Ribeiro back. Celis will knock it away, and Tiger to the outside for Gregor. Off the left wing, a long cross down along the 18, but headed away and out of the box. In underneath it, Jefferson blocked forward, and it's volleyed all the way downfield by Leduc. Couple of bounces down to the 18, and out to block it forward is Vallo, pushing it forward to Palguda. Turns it out near midfield. To the outside on the near side, up the left wing and across midfield. One touch toward the middle, Gregor. A block back at the midfield line. Tiger steps up underneath it. Now a pass off in the middle, and Menyager one touch forward for Gregor. Tips it off for Celis. as he masses it at the 35 and spins it to the outside for Krummelmeyer. Right foot across, down inside for the back post, and a little bit too much on it, up over the end line, and out goal kick for the Impact, a goal kick. Looks like another substitution coming up for Montreal. Another one of those new players has come up from their farm team, Three Rivers. And this player getting ready to check in, Jean-Louis Bess. Bess is in, and coming off is Jefferson. Bess is a big, tall, lanky striker, it looks like. Don't have any other information on him. This in the 79th minute. Jefferson is out. Bess is in. Rhinos needing one, trailing 1-0. So a goal kick for Jordan. Right puts it out through midfield. Rhino stepping up with the ball flicked forward into Rhino territory. Palguda will block it, and it's out of bounds. So a throw in for the Rhinos from their own 40 on the far side. Gets it right back. Palguda the ball up the right side. Drives it downfield. There's the ball blocked away. Now pulled forward. Down the cut. Right footer. Off the crossbar. He hits the upper 90. The crossbar. The ball comes out top. And the whistle is blown and a foul is called to the Rhinos. Oh, what a shot by Delicott from 25 yards out. Nails the upper right corner. Oh, man, was that close. So, shot now will be taken, or the free kick will be taken by the keeper, Jordan, from just inside of his 18. Delicott let it rip. Just an inch lower, it would have gone down inside the net. Handed away by Smith, center circle. Fitzpatrick taken down. Foul is called on the Impact. The restart in the center circle for the Rhinos. Fitzpatrick drops it back. Palguda off to Smith. Looks up the right wing. Turns back with the ball. Drops it off in the middle once again. Palguda now will pull it forward. Approaching midfield. Left foots it to the wing on the outside for Ball. In underneath it. Blocks it off the chest. Settles the feet. Pass along the 18. Far corner of the box for Krummelmeyer. Turns to the end line. Watched by Yoke Vial. Across along the 6. Down inside boot. And the ball blocked away. Grieger in for the left-footed kick. And the ball was blocked away out the near side. It was sitting there. It was waiting. But the Rhinos couldn't finish. Out through midfield. Palguda heads it forward. In underneath it. Sellis back in the center circle. Carried forward by Fitzpatrick. Through the center circle along the near wing to the outside on the left wing for Kraft. Drawing it forward up the wing, pass off to Ben Younger, turning back toward the middle. And Younger spins back to the left foot side, feet off in the middle for Sellis as he tangles, but drops the ball to the outside for Nate Kraft up the left wing. Crosses down inside, though, on the 6, where it's grabbed by Jordan and hauled down. Well, couple of golden opportunities. The Rhinos couldn't quite finish. 81st minute. Looks like Steve Guppy getting ready to check in for the Rhinos. Booted away by Jordan out through the center circle. Up they go at midfield. Smith heads it forward, but he's charged on the foul as he went up the back of Ribeiro in the center circle. Guppy will be coming in, and I'm sure the Rhinos will probably pull out a defender. We have now a Montreal player, Yui Mana, who is not anywhere near the play, is laying on the field, holding onto his right knee. Another time-wasting tactic right there. All right. Sponsors of these broadcasts include the Farish Group. The best seat in the house is in your Farish apartment. See them all at Farish.com. Buy the best in your post now more than ever. And by Connolly Printing, the official printer of the Rhinos. So Kraft is out. Guppy is in. 82nd minute. Nice job by Nate Kraft this game. That's just the second sub on the night the Rhinos have made. So we'll have the restart. Or the ball will be set at midfield. Yui Mana being helped up by the trainers. Well, I'm sure as he hobbles on one foot, he'll make his way over to the side, and then, of course, he'll miraculously recover and want back in. Still hobbling as he steps off the pitch and stretching out the right leg. All right, on the restart through the center circle, a pass ahead for Aguilera. Drops it back, intercepted by Menyunger. And the Rhinos take it. Guppy to the left wing side for Gregor. Left foots it through and downfield, trying to sneak it in behind. Delicott after it, turned in behind. As he goes down, the ball brought away to the end line. It's taken by Jordan. It was bounced off the ball by Jokoviel. Jordan up with the ball. Brings it away out the near side. Big bounce on the ball. Couple more. Half volley kick through midfield. Smith up, heads it away, back toward midfield. Tipped across midfield by Tiger from Menyunger. Spins it ahead. Slows up for a moment. Drops it back. However, it's taken away by Ribeiro in the center circle. On the left wing side. Jurtson watch there. As he's bumped off the ball. Taken away by ball from Menyunger. Up the right wing side, but unable to get to it is Krummeyer. The ball laid back inside the box to the keeper, Jordan. White-footed away off of the far wing. That's flicked forward in underneath it, Ribeiro. Watched by Smith. Drops it off of the wing and now is left-footed away and downfield. Rhinos turning back for the ball. Yui Mana once back on the pitch once again. Saying he's okay. Now he comes out and he is really limping bad, isn't he? Yep. Very badly hurt. Left foot up the near wing, and after goes Sellis, being chased there by Leduc. Turns back with it. Make that by Jokoviel to the end line. Ball blocked out over the end line. It's a goal kick. Sellis tried to get to it. Jokoviel blocking him away. 84th minute. Jokoviel is down on the pitch. The goalkeeper, Jordan, comes all the way over to talk to him. Then Jokoviel jumps up his spine. And Jordan will move over to place the ball at the 6 for the goal kick. Of course, he's going to go all the way to the far end of the 6 to set the ball. And again, the 85th minute of the Rhinos trailing 1-0. Jordan backs up. Getting set for the goal kick. With the right foot, will drive it out through midfield. Coming down the center circle, stepping up, headed forward by Pelguda for Sellis. Tips it to the outside. Gregor moving up the left wing. Down to the 25 on the near wing. Across along the 18, spins through in behind, but it'll be pulled away by the impact. On forward, Yui Mana up the near wing, and in behind and offside is Bess. So it'll be a free kick for the Rhinos just to their own side of midfield. On the restart, Tiger out of the far wing, carried across the midfield line by Ball. Right puts it ahead for Menyunger. Trying to touch it down inside, the ball blocked away and then carried off by Di Lorenzo. To the outside of the far wing and the ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Rhinos around 35 yards out. Ball quickly with a throw in. Menyunger dummies it through and the ball inside the box taken away by Jokoviel. Spins it out near midfield, but Tiger's there to nod it forward for Ball. One touch back. Moving up Smith as the ball blocked away and then carried off by Bess. On the left wing and across midfield. Throws it off in the middle for Ribeiro. On the attack, here come the impact. Ribeiro to the right side for Aguilera. 25 yards out. Sends it to the backside once again for Bess. One touch off in the middle. In underneath the bouncing ball is Aguilera. Head to the side. Rod through. Pass to the near wing for Yui Mana. Up the right wing as he's watched by Guppy. Trying to draw it toward the middle. Still has it. Sneaks it down inside the box. The ball blocked. Is finally picked up. Scooped away by Vallo. As it moves the players away. Throws it out on the right wing side. Ball brings it ahead. We're into the 87th minute. Rhinos still trailing 1-0. Long service downfield. In underneath it. Headed away by Basoli. Moving up. Blocked forward. Kremmelmeyer taken down. Foul is called. Rhinos will have the free kick from 35 yards out. A little bit to the right of center. Rhinos on the free kick. Again, 35 yards out. A little bit to the right of center. Trailing 1-0. 87th minute. Rhinos have had some chances here in the second half. Just unable to finish. Salas with that booming left foot, standing in behind the ball. Gregor is there. All right, set to go. Sellis will take a crack at it from there. One bounce, scooted wide left of the net. Goal kick. Goal kick for the Montreal Impact. Menyunger up. Quickly gets the ball, rolls it toward the spot. And Jordan, of course, will run through the box. Well, no, he's not going to. He's going to stay at the near end of the box. Place it for the goal kick. Now the 88th minute, time running out. And the Rhinos on the verge of going 4 without a win. Stepping up, headed forward by Smith. And behind Uemana, hits it back inside the box. And stopped there and finally recovered, picked up by the keeper, Jordan. Ellicott applying the pressure. Jordan running along through the box. Half volley kick, right foots it away and downfield. Headed away by Smith out toward midfield, but spins out of bounds in the far wing and a throw in at midfield on the far side for the impact. Throw in to be taken by Gotti. On the left wing side, looping throw in along the far touchline. Turning back for Bess on the left wing side. As he gets tied up, drops it back, and the ball carried forward toward the far corner. Drawn off to the far end of the box. Here's a cross down inside, but headed away and out. In underneath of Ribeiro, settles it to the feet, and can't get a shot away. That's booted off by Ball in the far wing and carried forward by Krummelmeyer. Right-footed, long service downfield. Delicott trying to get it behind. Out the first time and away is Jordan. Bangs it up on the far wing. Up they go. Flick forward out near midfield. In underneath of Ribeiro. Turn back along the midfield line again to the outside. As the ball snuck through, Ribeiro off the left wing being chased. by Smith. Has it far corner of the 18. Drops it off there. Aguilar run over from behind. Play goes on. Ball knocked loose and on the near side carried forward by Gregor. Off the left wing. Got intercepted in midfield by Uemana. Right foots it off into the stands. Throw in on the near side of the field for the Rhinos. We're into the 90th minute. 90th minute. Right now the fourth official's clock indicates there will be 5 minutes of stoppage time. At midfield, Sellis out through midfield, turns to the right wing side. A ball can't get to it. Carried away by the impact again at midfield in the center circle. Right footed through it in behind is Bess and offside. So the Rhinos will have the restart near midfield. As the clock ticks down, half a minute before it stops at 90. Off of the far wing, Smith gets to it, jams it forward, but the ball blocked and carried away by Ribeiro of the impact. In turn, stepping in, Palguda knocks it loose, but that right back to the impact on the far side of the field. Drawn up the left wing side. Ball snuck through to Bess. Has it along the 20, lays it off in the middle for Ribeiro. Off the right foot, turns back to the left foot, tees it up, shot blocked away by Smith. Coming out to the 35, Tiger in underneath it. Challenge from behind, able to sneak it forward for Sellis. He'll drop it off, and now Palguda from his 20, left foots it off in the near wing with stepping up as Uemana. Hit the foot on it to draw it away across midfield. Uemana chasing behind by Gregor. He'll roll it forward to Ribeiro. Spins it on the right side, but the ball blocked away by Palguda. And a ball down carried forward. So we're in stoppage time. Turn to the outside on the near wing at midfield. Salas with it. Pays it back for Gruppy. Turns back to the right foot side and switching back to the left foot at midfield. Sneaks it through for Salas up the left wing. Chased by Uemana. On the near touchline, Mauricio Salas, the former Montreal Impact. He'll turn it along the near wing, then goes to the corner for Gregor. 5 yards out, across along the 6 from the backside. Headed away by Krummelmeyer in the middle of the ball, knocked down to the 18, knocked loose, and comes out of the box. After it goes Tiger. Out of the 35, Tiger has it again into the center circle, taken by Palguda. Steps up and then to the outside. Guppy up the left wing, drawing it forward to the outside for Gregor, won't reach it. And the ball out of bounds. Throw in on the near side for the impact from their own 20. We're in stoppage time. About 4 minutes to go. There's the throw in. Back near midfield. Stepping in underneath it is Ross Smith. Turns back, looks around. He'll lay it back to Vallow. The keeper has it at his 20. Drawing it forward. Vallow out the right wing for Ball. A little too far ahead. Has to hustle to get to it, but does. Cross midfield on the right side. Long service downfield. Headed away, and now stepping in underneath it goes Tiger. Blocks it away to the outside up the left wing for Gregor. Down to the 20. Turns, sneaks into the near end of the box for Menyonger to feed in front. Is picked off and carried away by Leduc. Impact of the ball. Turn to the outside. Off the left wing. De Lorenzo cross midfield. Turns back toward the middle, but ball, or make that Sellis dragging his leg. Able to knock it away from Jertson, that was. Sellis has it, center circle. Drops it off in the middle for Palguda. Time running out, about 3 minutes to go in stoppage time. It's Guppy. Cross midfield. Sneaks the ball through. Has it up the left wing side. Pass ahead. Gregor to the outside once again for Guppy up the left wing. Looks toward the middle. Left footer down for the back post. Moving it down to Cotton. It's hauled down to the 2 by Jordan. Jordan comes down with the ball. So the Montreal keeper waits for the players to move away. Right foots it out through midfield. That's headed away into the center circle, but in underneath it is Ribeiro for the impact. Back is Smith. Ribeiro down to the 25 in the middle, to the outside for Bass, moving in. He's offside once again. Free kick for the Rhinos from their own 20. Let me take it by Vallow. Time really running out now. Vallow right puts it through midfield. 2 minutes to go. Headed in the air along the 35 and then played back to midfield, stuck by Tiger. And in behind, still offside once again, is Bass on the restart. Rhinos have the ball. Off the near wing, Guppy on the left wing side. Rolls it ahead for Menyonger. Turns back, looking to get away from Leduc. Pass to the outside for Gregor. On the near wing, and it's pulled to the end line. Uemata will tackle it away. Out over the end line. This will be a corner kick for the Rhinos. Rochester corner off the left wing side. Oh, no, it's a throw-in. Throw-in back out to the corner of the box for Tiger. Looks around, left-footed cross, back post in, and then punched away by Jordan out the far end of the box. After it goes ball. As the ball rolls out, throwing to the far side for the Rhinos. Just over a minute or so to go in stoppage time. And Younger far into the box, turns it back to the right foot to the end line, looking for a cross, blocked away. Out over the end line. And a goal kick. Goal kick for the Impact. Jordan walks away from the ball. He's yelling at one of his players. Now he turns back. Minute to go. In the stoppage time here in Montreal. Well, I think the Rhinos certainly were looking for a better result than this one tonight. And trying to stop a slide, a winless slide. Right-footed by Jordan out through midfield. Laid off on the wing, stepping up. Smith, that's blocked at midfield. Pounded in the air downfield. And as the ball is bounced aside, it's pounded again high in the air, coming down the midfield line. Headed away by Best to the outside for Ribeiro. On the attack, here come the Impact. Ribeiro, left wing side into Rhino territory. Being chased from behind by Tiger, and after him also is Palguda. Ribeiro spins it inside the box. Drops it off. Is Pato with a shot, blocked away by Vallow. Comes up with the ball. He'll send a half-volley kick downfield. As Delicott run off the ball. No foul is called. Ball pulled down. Stepping in to take it away, Menyonger comes away with the ball. To the outside, up the left wing. Here's Gregor. Here, corner of the box. Sneaks it through inside. Goes by Jokoviel to the end line. Blocked out over the end line. Wait a minute. That's a corner kick. Are you kidding me? The ref says it's a goal kick. The ball was tackled out over the end line by the defender. That's unbelievable. As the whistle should be blowing, and yes, it does. Well, that's certainly unfortunate for the Rhinos, as they could not muster a goal here tonight in Montreal. And the Impact come away with a victory. So the season series between the two teams all even up now at 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 tie on the season. A big disappointment for the Rhinos tonight, coming away on the short end of a 1-0 score. For the Impact, that's 2 wins in a row as they're trying to improve upon their chances of catching a playoff spot. Now with 25 points, they're moving into the picture. Rochester with 29, but Montreal has 25. And still Montreal 3 games in hand on the Rhinos and games in hand on every team in the league as they have played the fewest number of games, only 20 so far. All right, so from Montreal tonight, the final score. The Montreal Impact 1, the Rochester Rhinos 0. And this is the Rhinos Broadcast Network.